Hello everyone, welcome to day 2 of graphic design class where we'll be having some kind of practical. If you remember where we stopped yesterday, we are going to pick up from where we stopped at day 1, whichever day it is for you. So don't let me specify on yesterday. You remember that yesterday we spoke about the concept of elements and principles in design. And if you follow the class patiently under the elements of design, I omitted two process. Yes. And that is typography and form. I intentionally omitted that two aspects because I want to explain in a more practical way. I would have initially omitted the color aspect, but because I have some explanation to do for you to get that idea and also get it here when we are doing the practical aspect. So without any further ado, let's get started. On your browser, I want you to scroll through and navigate to canva.com just for you to see what we want to create today. We'll be having this interesting two designs. I'll create one just today so that we don't have too much information to incubate. I will just be doing this for today. Then tomorrow, or whichever day it is for the next class, I will be having this other design from everything, the logo, the perspective, everything here in Canva. Let me just, without any further ado, let's get started. So right here, if you go to your browser or your phone, you can use your phone, you can use your system for this. Any device you have with you, canva.com. So once you open canva.com, you will have something like this automatically. And yeah, let me just take you through everything you are seeing right here, just in a nutshell. I'm very more intentional about the practical aspect. This is home. This is the home tab where you have everything that you have right here. You have your recent design, which are your projects, part of your project. You have just a template readily available to use. If you click on any of these automatically, it's going to give you a blank template. You can see that um, right there. If you scroll down, you see more options for you. These are my recent design, or these are my recent designs. Magic Studio, this is where you have AI tools that are integrated to Canva. They work perfectly well. We are going to use one of these tools while making our design. So they are just right in Canva. That is if you have access to the premium version. Projects, these are my previous work. Everything is right here. So you can see that I have a linked folder. I will explain that later. We have templates where you can generate templates for your design. We'll be working with templates later, but right now we'll just focus on starting our own project from scratch. That is just templates for you for each of your design. Once you click on this, you see various options that you can work with, and you just select and edit. But we are not working with templates for the course of this class. You can see various templates here. For social media, we have Instagram, Facebook, and so on. We have for business, we have doc presentations, prototypes, mind map. We have various crazy stuffs here. So the list is endless. Just sorry for saying endless because they have list in list you get. So you can just work with anyone you want. Right here under brand, you create your brand color, your brand type, everything you need to create for your brand. You can work pick a brand template if you have any. Back to the business, these are apps that are linked to Canva. They are more of the AI apps that are linked to Canva, just like having 3D text maker you get. So you'll be utilizing this later, but for now, let's just minimize our flow. Canva is, I do say that is one of the interesting tool for a lazy man. Sorry for saying that if Canva is your major tool for editing, but if you just want to get things easily done. However, it needs a lot of commitment and hard work as well. So it's not completely a lazy mouth to let me skip that for now. So let's just get into business. Right here, I'm going to create this template the way everything is right here. So what will I do? I'm going to click on Instagram post and I'm going to create a blank document. Just while that is loading, let me just show you something right here. You can see that I have a drop down here, which is showing the admin account and my own personal account. And about 346 persons are connected to the admin account. Yes, that's because I bought Canva for premium and a lifetime premium. If you want to have access to this, I can link you up with the admin, or I can ask her to join us in the group, and she will make um advert of our product. She's one of the Canva queen. Yes, I call her Canva queen. She's very, very good at what she does. So uh, that's that about that. But if I switch to personal account, is free account, I won't be able to have access to many things that are premium here. So you can see some things that are listed here. They are called Design Spotlight. Uh, you can choose to work with any of these spotlights that you want to work with. It's not different from what you receive under the template. This one is business, enterprise, teams, other sales. That is for people that are into the business world. Education, we get teacher and school, create and collaborate visually in the classroom. If I want to create probably an assignment or stuff like that, I can come here and create a study for that. So price and plan, you can get your pricing here. You can also learn in Canva how Canva works, many other things that you are interested in. So let's go back to our class. I said I will be doing much of talking over there. So this row here, let me just quickly brush through it. This is where you see templates from. If I click on any of these, I will automatically get a template for any of these design. I will get a template. For instance, if I click on this, it's going to automatically add to this. However, you can always undo. You can see the style here. We can choose to use this template style or look for another design. If I click on this, it's going to also show me the template style of this, but I'm not using any of this. I will just undo this as well. So for people that are using the mobile device, you have the back arrow where you can always click to undo. You will find that on your mobile device. I can decide to put a screen up here for you to get idea of what I'm saying. You have to undo whatever you've done. So let me just delete this because I want us to go through together. Right here we have elements. This is where you get to use many of the stuffs that you need for your design, such as logo, whatever you need in this design frame. You need a graphics, you need a picture, you need a video. You can always get them here. You can also generate with AI if you have the premium version of this, which I have. You can access that right here. We have the text whereby you create the heading, the subheading. We'll get back to all of these. We have the brand whereby I was trying to explain the other time. The logo, the color, the fonts. If you have created a brand, you can just walk through the brand for that. Uploads. This is where you upload various things that you want to use for your design, various elements. You can remember a few of these in our previous class. The draw. This is where you get your own brush and just decide to make some kind of pattern and style and everything that you want to do, you get. So that's what I was saying, that you use, in our, when we're explaining line, we spoke about brush and pen, where you use them to create your own style. You can just create a color that you want right there. You can change the color to whichever color you want. You can do this and that. We have this is called the setting, where you get to set it the way you want. You can hide it and bring it back. So basically, that is everything you have to know with this draw. However, let me just touch light on some things as well, like the weight. You can reduce the weight and you can also reduce the transparency. If I reduce the transparency of this, you see it's not as thick as this or as visible as this. Let me use that word, visible. And the weight, you can see it's not as thick as this is. So this is where you must have seen something like this in some designs. Sorry, that is out of box and stuff like that. Probably you just put a word in it and stuff like that. So I'm going to undo all this rubbish that I did. All right, back to business. This is project. This is where I see my previous work, just as I explained when I was explaining the onboarding. Back to the apps, the AI to image ops. These are for premium. You want to upscale image. You just choose the image from your file, then you upscale it. For instance, if I upload this image now, it's going to give me the option to upscale probably 3 times, 4 times. Then I upscale the image. Probably I want to use it in my design. I get to use it in my design and all of that. So that is that for that. Let's get into business. So first thing first, before you can create any form of design, you need a design brief. A design brief is whereby we have a client and the client tells you that I am Jude or hi Adebayo. I want you to work on a certain design for me. And these are the things I hope to see in the design. From there, you decide what you will do in that design or with that design or for that design. So whichever one applies to you, take it. So you just decide that, okay, this is the concept I will follow. This is the pattern I will follow. You can reiterate the ideas that is given to you and make it more better. So here is a design brief that I'll be showing us. So instant payouts, enjoy unlimited access to loan for your basic needs. Invest with us to enjoy this offer. Invest now. Phone number, loan approved. So when I look at this design, I tend to think of what are the things that I will need for this design, having this brief. This is just like the heading, is not part of the requirement. So I just looked into this. I saw this, and this, and this, and this. Then I decided that, okay, these are the keywords. I will need a trading chart since it has to do with business of investment, right? I need a rounded rectangle. I need a lady with happy smartphone. I need a message bubble. I need floating dollars. I need investment logo to get all this in place. Then that is just that. I'm going to come back to this. But the first thing first, I need a trading chart, right? Then I'm going to search for trading chart. Right in trading chart. Sorry, I was not supposed to search right here. Since I need a trading chart, I will come to under element. Then don't search under design because if you search for trading chart under design, it's going to give you a template. Just go under element, then search for trading chart. So right here we have graphics. This is if I bring in this, is going to show as PNG, and I don't want that. I need a picture. So if I bring in this, is going to bring in video. I don't want that as well. I need a picture. So I'm going to go under photos. Then I go to see all. Once I'm here, then I look for the exact chart that will resonate with my design. So to speed this process up, so I don't take all day searching for the exact one, I'm going to use this. You can use any one you prefer when it comes to what you want. So I'm going to just hold this and drag it. Automatically, if I drag it this way, it's going to fit into the background. But if I drag it this way, it's going to drop inside. It's not going to form the background, but I want it to form the background. So I'm going to just click within the outside scope of this. You get something like this, like as you are bringing it in inside. So once we have this here, the next thing is to bring in our background. So I'm going to search for graded background in the element here, graded background. Then I search for it. I have different options for graded background that I can easily bring in. You have different kind of graded background here. We have the one of graphics. We have the one of photos that I can bring in to fit into this design. However, I can go smooth or faster or smart. Yes. However, I can go smarter by going to free pick to search for the image that I want. So free pick is one of the sites where you can get assets for free, although there are premium plans as well. But most of the assets you get here, you can get them for free. If this one pops up, you can close it on a system. If you are with your device, just search for free pick. Make sure it is set to whatever. Then click on the image that you want to download. I love this image already. Then I'm going to click on it. Then you see that you have the option to download. Once you can't find premium there, you can go. You can decide to go premium by subscribing. Then you not give attribution to the image, or you download for free. To download for free, since we just need image, we don't need the illustration. How do I know that this has an illustration file? We can see that we have file, we have EPS and JPEG. So we only need a JPEG file, we don't need the EPS file. To download this, I'll just click on this, then select this drop down. Sorry, this is off the screen. Let me just scroll down a little. Let me deselect this, scroll down a little, then click on download. Click on this drop down, then you have the option here. We have either EPS or JPEG. Then I'm going to select JPEG, or you download as zip. I'm going to download only the JPEG file because that's what will be relevant for me in my design. However, you can always copy the attribution where you attribute raw pixels is the one that created this background for you and I to be able to use. Then you can always copy that and make sure you attribute it in your design. Also, there's also an option here. You can copy the image directly. Once you copy the image, you can go ahead and paste it. For instance, let me just click this place. I don't want to paste it to my Canva because I don't want it to take time for me to process. Let me just copy this and click on Control V. You see that it automatically view the moment I press paste. That's because my keyboard is set to copying image and also copying um, file text. So I can set this to HD. I just send to the group. Then you'll get to see the image as it's being sent. Although I'm not doing that right now. Let's just get back to business. So right here, I'm going to come to under upload. Once I'm in upload, but one thing you have to take notice, you have to wait for this message to show. If it does not show, that means it has not successfully copied. And you will be having difficulties in pasting the image. Then you'll be wondering why it is not pasting. You have to wait for the successful message. Once you have it, you can go and paste it wherever you want to paste it. I can even paste it in Canva here. But I don't want it to take my time. That's why I chose not to paste it here. So the best way to bring this image into Canva is to click on upload file. You might click on upload file, click on the image that you want to upload, then click on open, then it's automatically going to upload. So that's the process of uploading image to your design. Just follow that process. It's going to automatically load the process. Then you'll just, once you have it uploaded, it's going to show right here. I'm going to hold and drag this one because this is the exact one I want to use. That's why I didn't bother uploading it again since I already have it uploaded. Remember, if you are dragging from your PC, don't drag this way. If you drag this way, what you are saying is that you're saying it should replace the background, which is not what we want to do. What you want to do is to bring it in. Once you see it this way, that's when you release it. If you see it this way, don't release it yet. But once you see it this way, then you can release it. You can always position it. You can do it two ways. You can right click or just click on position to position it, or you can do it manually until it is centrally aligned and you can see the cross sign for both. You can release it there. However, I want to show you how to position it without stress. Just click on middle and center, then it automatically aligned that way. So the next step is to make sure this, let me close this for now. So it's to make sure this fits proportionately to the bottom of this and this as well. So to expand this image, there are a few ways to do it. You can choose to drag from the edge or from this edge and to make it fit to screen. However, I think Canva has really improved on how to go about that, such that prior before now, I know that when you drag the image from space like this or space like this, it tends to lose its quality. But now they've done it in such a way that it still maintains its quality. However, this can be used to shrink the image down, to cut it down rather than this. So I will just hold this and drag to the center. I will just hold this and drag to the top. Then hold this and drag to the bottom. Hold this and drag to the side as well. Hold this and drag to the side as well. See, it fits proportionately on the screen. Although there's a faster way to go about it, just to make it very smooth and easy. I will hold Alt and drag. If you are with a PC, hold Alt and drag, hold Alt and drag. But if you are with your mobile device, you want to drag independently to fit the screen. So what I'm going to do right here is, you might be wondering, why can't I just bring it to the background since I want to fill the screen? There is something I want to do different. I want to reduce the opacity of this. I'm just going to click on opacity. Um, this is transparency. Then I'm going to reduce the intensity. Let me leave it around, let's say 70, right? Or let's say 80. 80 should be fine. Let me just leave it this way. Let's see the example one that I created. This is locked. Let me unlock it. And check the transparency. Okay, I use a transparency of 90, but then I think this is not bad for our example. We can leave it at 80 that it is for now. So we can lock it. The reason why we are locking it is so that we don't accidentally move it around our design. So the next thing is to bring in our text. I'm going to create heading right here. So for this heading, I'm going to set my font size to 80. I will increase it to 80. Then I will just hold and drag this because I want it to be a two-line text. I'm going to set it to left align. Then I'm going to bring it up here. Deselect it to move it. Then I'm going to move it up here. I think just right here is fine. This, 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 this. I'm going to make the spacing. I want, because the spacing between this and this is too much for me. I'm just going to click on the spacing, which is this. I'm going to click on this. Then I will reduce the spacing downward. In the one I created, I used 1.04, but I want to go a bit more closer this time around. Let me use 0.9. Yes, let me use 0.9. If there's a need for me to adjust, I will adjust later. So with this selected, I'm going to click on add subheading. It's going to automatically add below beneath it. So I'm going to set this as well to left align. Then I will just have to adjust it a bit from the main heading. Then with this selected as well, I will still add another uh, little body. However, if you're on your mobile device, you might want to deselect, then add the next text, then position it just this way, or make sure it is left aligned. So let me see what we did next. Okay, with this, this, and this, then we created a rounded rectangle. So you see that the next thing in my prompt is rounded rectangle. So I'm going to come right here to element. Yes, you get that right. Then I will search for rounded rectangle. The- 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 Under graphics, I can choose to select from graphics. I can choose to select from shape. But I think I will find what I'm looking for under graphics. I'll click on see all. The moment I click on see all, then I select the one that I need. I think I would most preferable love this. Then I can hold and drag it in, or I can just click on it. It will automatically come on screen the moment it's being clicked on. So I will hold and drag this down here. I will adjust the size and shape later. Let me just maintain a distance of 36. And let me adjust this downward. Yes, for the sizes of the font, let me check my previous design and see the size that I used. I used 18 here. I used 16 here. So let me make this 18. I love even numbers. You might want to ask that, why am I using this specific number range? Is there a rule to font? Yes, there's rule to font, but it depends largely on you. So while creating fonts, I omitted it in the other class, element of design. It's part of element of design, typography. So typography also determines the mood of your design. It speaks more about your design, what you are being, what you are communicating. For instance, if I want a playful font, I go for script. We have different kind of font. If I click on this and click this, I'm going to see various options of fonts that we have. We have the handwriting, we have the display font. If I click on this, I'm going to see more font. We have serif, we have sans serif. Serif means that you have fonts that are thin and thick. Can see that some side of this text are thin, while some are thick, and you have some kind of stroke around it. So that's the way serif fonts are. They are just designed in such a way that they continue to have different kind of pattern, stroke around it. At the end of the text, you can see this. You can see P having extra. You can see R having extra here. You can see the bottom having extra. But if you go to serif font, we can see that let's go to serif font. They are without all those things. They are without serif. Excuse me. We said serif and sans serif. Yes, without serif. That's the word. French is a French word. Sans without. So you can see that they are just outstanding on their own, and they are just fine. So we can choose to use these two type of fonts in our design depending on what you want to communicate. Although the designers usually give a concept that it is advisable not to use more than two font family or three font family. What do they mean by that? Is it that I should not use, I should just use, because this one is the serif family, right? This is a sans serif family. I mean, this is a sans serif family, a sans serif family. I can use as much as sans serif family that I want. Yeah. But the combination of uh, family is what they are saying. Like once you use sans serif, then you can mix it with handwriting. You get, don't use sans serif, handwriting, display, serif, all in just a single font. Doesn't make sense. Script, it doesn't make sense. You can just use the mixture of either handwriting font or we will talk more on that later when we are doing the other design. We are going to use combination of just two family fonts. So right here, I'm going to use serif font. Then I will be using two um, font type in under serif. So with this arranged, always make sure that your designs are on the same proportion. If I'm to bring in ruler here, Shift R to bring in the ruler, you will see that this is well positioned. Everything is on the same scale. Make sure your texts are always on the same scale. They are not out of scope. They are not out of line. Arrange them well. Canva has done it so well such that when you are dragging and holding, it shows you the line magically. So I'm going to still, let me check the example again. This is 16, right? Then what was the spacing? Still the same as before. So I'm going to come back here, then make this a bit smaller. Then I'm going to hold and drag this as well. I can copy this, but if I'm with your PC, if you're with your PC, you can hold Alt to drag this. I'm going to copy this, then bring it down to fit just a little distance from this. Yes. So that's the spirit. Then we have something like this, right? So this font now, I'm going to change it to Montserrat. Sorry if I don't get the pronunciation, but you get what I'm saying. I'm going to search for Montserrat. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to instruct it to change all to Montserrat. I don't want to use the Canva font that came with it. So this is Montserrat here, and it automatically updates the font. So I still have few works to do by adding the call to action. So in our design, whenever you see something like this is the call to action to invest. And I still have the picture, I still have the loan approved. I'm going to come back to this and how I added the dollar and the logo. I will come back to that. Then our color, then we speak more about color when we come to that aspect. So I'm going to click on font. I want to add some kind of font here. This font is looking bold and nice. So let me just make a duplicate of our subheading. Sorry, I want to add a font here that will stand above the text that will give us that call to action. I can decide to click this font and just add probably heading or subheading, depending on what I want to do, and reduce the size downward. Let's say 10. 10 is too small. Let me just give it a size for now. I'm going to resize it later. And let me just give it a color that will not, remember the contrast rule. So a color that will not conflict with our shape. Then I'm going to bring it down here. Sorry, we just leave it down there. I'm going to align this and balance it later. Then I'm going to duplicate this. How do I duplicate that? I'll just click on this text and click on copy. The moment I click on copy, I'm going to bring it down here and it's going to automatically fit there. So I think we have this all set. Then we can start inserting our text to this design. So the first thing we have here is what? Instant payout. Then I'm going to copy this and just paste it here. Sorry, that way. Then the subheading, I'm going to come right here. It says, enjoy unlimited access to loan, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to copy it, then come right here, paste it. Sorry. However, if you go back to our design, you see what I did here. I make sure that this design, this text is not linking up to this point. It's a bit in instead of being out. So I'm going to shrink that in by dragging, hold and dragging this. Sorry. So I want it that way. Sorry, as well as this. I'm going to copy this, invest with us today. Invest with us to enjoy this offer. Then I'm going to double click on it and paste it as well. So now I can adjust both the text and the box to fit. Yes, the text and the box. Although if you are with your device, you won't be able to adjust the text and the box together. The reason why I can adjust the text and the box on my system is because I'm using a PC. So if I click on this and hit Control or Shift, I'm going to be have the access to select this. If you click on this, then click on Shift, it's going to select both of them. Then you'll be able to adjust this to fit. You can see that in this design, there are spacing here. I didn't just choke this up, bring this together, bring this together. I use fonts that are readable, that are nice. So in this box, I used a different font in my design. What I did was I used Poppins. If you search for Poppins here, Poppins, then it's automatically going to bring it for you. Then I'm going to click on Poppins. You can see that it makes it a bit lively, popping. Yeah. So to center align this text, I'm going to click on this and this. Then I'm going to come to position. Under position, I'm going to click on middle, then center. You see that it automatically does that. It centered it. But if you don't have access to that feature on your device, the best way to do it is to select the text, hold and drag till it fits proportionately. You can see that if I bring it down, it's not going to fit proportionately again. You have to look at the line. You see this line that it's created in there. There is a small line in there that's creating for us to know that we are all set. Then release it. That is just it. You just have to hold this slider, move tool. Sorry, you just have to hold this move tool. Sorry for that. The moment you click on the move tool, you'll be able to move your text easily with ease, without stress, and you have it positioned. So I think with this, we have our design all set. We have it all set. Then the next thing to do now is to bring in our image. Oh, just before we go too far, I forgot to do something, which I'm going to create now. This our image that we brought in from free pick. I'm going to unlock it. Then I'm going to do something called flipping. So for flipping, let me just adjust these tools. fit well. If you click on flip, then you click on flip horizontal. What it's going to do is going to switch this side to this side. Just to watch and see. You see what it does? It brought this color from this side. Let me undo that so you can see. You see, it brought it to this side. But if I click on, that's not what I want. If I click on flip vertical, it's going to switch this color from this side upward. So what is downward, we go upward. What is upward, we come downward. Take a look at this. You see, automatically it flips it. So this is exactly what I want in my design. However, I love this concept. I think I tend to love this than the way it was. But let's see how it goes. I can always flip that back. Then I'm going to lock it back so I don't accidentally move it. However, if you are finding it difficult to locate, you can always go to position. Sorry, my mouse is off. You can, okay, back to business. You can always come to position. Under position, just look for the particular image. Then you click on unlock. Then you get the option to unlock it. So that's just the process. If you can't find it probably on your mobile device to click on. So right here, I'm going to bring in the image that we used in the design. And what did I use for the keyword? A lady happy with smartphone. So I'm going to copy this prompt. Then I'm going to come here to element. Always remember, whenever you need an asset, go to element. So I'm going to press Ctrl V, or I'm going to paste it, then search for it. A lady happy with smartphone. We can see premium pictures here. I'm being tempted to use something different now. Actually, I'm being tempted to use something sweet, nice, and different. I'm loving this image with this lady with Jane. Yeah. Yes, if you take a look at it, once it is fully processed, you tend to see the flow and everything right there. You see, one of the reasons why I said always be careful to when stretching this image with this device is that it's automatically cut out some part of the images. So you want to be careful. So flip this, flip horizontal. The only challenge I will have with these images is too big. So it won't fit into my design except I want to place it in to fit the box, then you get, but I'm not doing that. So I will just undo this image. I really don't need it in my design because it won't give me the output I desire. I also love this concept. Yes, but the dress, I will have to do some manipulation if I was to be in Photoshop for that. I will also love this, but let's see. This was the image I used, however, but let's see if this way suit in well. So hold and drag. The only challenge now is this we have to go off the screen. You see what I'm saying? The hand is already coming into our design, and I don't want that, except if I want to take this lady out and bring our device, which I don't want to. So I don't want that. So let's just bring in the image that was initially used in the design. So this is the image. So I'm going to just adjust this downward, adjust this upward. You see that it fits perfectly well. None is going off. So how do I remove the background here? You need a premium tool for that. However, if you don't have access to premium tool, you can always go to search for an image. Search for the image tool to remove the background. I'm going to go to remove.bg. So in remove.bg, you just upload the device. Let's say, for instance, I have a device that I want to remove the background. I'm going to click on it, then open it, then it determines the background. We get it automatically removes the background. Then you download or you download in HD. It's up to you. So yeah, I have the access to premiums. I will advise everyone to get the premium. I can also bring in this image because it's looking nice and sharp, and it's also communicating the concept. So this one too is not bad. But I just want something that resonates with the brand color. So I'm going to click this image. Make sure it is selected. Then you see the option for edit image. It might not be the same position on your phone or your mobile device, but you always find it, edit image. What we are looking for, other edit image, is to remove the background. So right here, I'm going to click on background remover. You can see the premium icon on it. So I'm going to click on background remover. It's going to analyze this image. Then it's going to remove the background. So once it have it removed, just wait for it to process it to come back to the exact uh, quality of the picture. I'm going to put, so there's something I also did to this image that makes it look more sharper. I click on image upscaler. Then under image upscaler, we are going to see different options. Image upscaler is to boost the quality of your image depending on how much you want it. This is the current quality of the image. However, if I click on 2 times, I'm going to upscale it. If I click on upscale image, you see how it's going to do the upscaling of the image. This might take a minute, depending on your system. You can see before, you can see after, you can see how it boosts the image, the quality, the difference. So I'm going to click on replace. You can see image upscaler has been successfully uploaded. You can see that there is a good difference between before and now. Let me do Ctrl Z for you to see before. Ctrl Z. You can see before or see after. You can see the quality. Let me zoom in for you to see exactly what took place. Ctrl Z. You see that it's not that smooth, but see what happened after. Just imagine if I now take it 3 times upscaled, 4 times upscaled, you get the idea and the concept, right? So that's it. Oops, I just remember that I didn't edit the text here. So the text here says what? Invest now. Then we have the phone number. Control C. Joy to just type that here. Control V. We have the invest now. Then we have the phone number. This is not an investment plan, so don't call my line to invest. I don't have that thing for you. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is try to color this design. So first of all, I'm going to change this color to something like this shade. I want something that rhyme. We don't want to use conflicting color. However, you can see that this text is already coming closer to the air. I have two options, either to move this design out, this picture out, or scale this picture down a bit. Let me see my example. It's not that all scaled up. So I'm going to scale it down a bit. Sorry about that. Sorry. So to scale that down, I'm going to click on this edge. Sorry. So it's all scaled down. I can then scale it down by this side as well. Sorry. That is cool. So it's not going off the border, even though this is being printed and maybe some point this part was being cut off. It's not all bad. So always avoid the edge of the design. Yes, I forgot to make mention of that. always make sure there is enough space for your design to avoid, because when they want to print, the printer might eventually have to cut up something like this, cut up something like this, cut off something, yes, like this, cut up something like this from your design. So always avoid the edges of your design so that you don't have to cry later. So to take off the line, probably you brought in line, you can always hold and drag it, delete it, hold and drag it, delete it, hold and drag it, delete it. Or you just Control Z, whichever way works for you. So right now, I want to change the color of the text. I'm going to click on the text, then look for where the text color is written, color. So I'm going to click on this and give it a color. I can decide to guess the color and pick it, or I go manually by selecting the color picker, add a new color, then select the eyedropper tool, pick a color from design. I'll just select this. Yes, you see that already. It's giving us the color, but I don't want it this way. I want it a bit different, and then bring it this way down. So I think that should work for me. Or let's see a bit more. Yes, I think that should work for me. You can copy this X code, peradventure you want to apply it to other texts. Or if you want to change all the colors, you can click on change all, and all the text that carries white color will automatically change to yellow. But I don't want to do that. I only want that to be yellow. So my call to action as well, I'm going to leave one white, going to leave one yellow. I'm going to select this, then click on color, then make sure it is this color. Whichever color you apply, you're going to see it there. However, if you can't find it, you can always click on this color, then the X code, you press Control V, sorry, I didn't copy that color. Sorry about that. I'm going to click on this, then I'm going to apply this color. I thought I copied the X code. So right here, uh, I'm going to change this font color to something of this document color so that it maintain the consistency of color. We don't have multiple colors. So right here, I'm going to see the color option. So I'm going to click on this photo color. I click on this as well. I'm going to click on this. So it automatically blends with the color of the design background. You see that we are having that outcome, right? So sorry. The next thing I search for in this design is to search for message bubble. Control C, and let's go back to our design. Under elements, search for message bubble. Yes, and it's going to give us different kind of message bubbles. I think I saw that under graphic C, or you can see automatically click on it, it's going to come here. And we can then scale it to our proportion. Uh, Let me see how I scaled that here. This, okay, it's lower. Sorry. Position, yeah. Sorry, 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 sorry. So the thing now is we have different color shades here, and I just want to maintain simple color all through. So I'm going to pick this and change it to the color we just applied to the text. And I'm going to pick this and I will change it to this color, orange, just to maintain consistency in color. You can see that is exactly what I did here. And that's because the orange comes a bit close to the dress color and our text color here. So this is getting more interesting. Right now, we have this all set. How do I add the text? I'm going to bring in, I can decide to copy this or bring in this. Let me just copy this and bring it right here. Sorry, I'm going to type load approved. But let me check the font size that I used there. I used 18 as well. So I'm going to double click and just type loan approved, right? Sorry, isn't it? Okay, we have capital letter here. So the next thing I will do to this text is I'm going to rotate it and bring it, yeah. Sorry. Okay, this is showing me that my bubble text is not enough. So I think that should work. And this is too tilted. Sorry. So I have it right there. Sorry. I think that did just fine, right? Loan approved. Loan approved. Yes, you might think it's big. That's because we zoom in. It's not. So we can see that it's making all sense. So the next step now is to bring in what did I search for? $14. So I'm going to Control C and just bring in the text here. You search for it under your element. Then we have the options, various options of floating dollars. So I guess the one I used was this. Let me see my example. Okay, not that. I think I have to download one. Yes, I brought in this actually. The moment I brought in this, then I tweaked it around. So that's it. Just bring it in by clicking on it or having to drag it in. Then I rotated it. Let me see that one more time. Yeah. So you don't have to necessarily make it the way I made mine. So you get it. But I will lay emphasis again. You need to get the premium version so you can enjoy the benefits of this design. So right here, I'm going to do something a bit crazy. I'm going to utilize our AI tool. I'm going to click on Edit Image. Then I will go for Blur. So right here, I click on Blur. This is Blur right there. Then I'm going to click on Add Blur. I'm going to add it manually. Initially, all I should just go is to blur the whole image and just add the intensity. But I want to go manually because I want to show us example. I'm going to do it for both of them. Although you can always remove blur. So if I click on add blur now, just as I'm selecting this text, it will start adding the blur to the whole concept. You see, you get the idea. You can, however, change the brush size and the intensity. So I will just select from here to down here, down here, down here as well. Just leave it blurred. Just wait for it to process. You can release once you are done. You see the intensity, right? I'm going to do the same thing to this aspect. Maybe I don't want some part of this blur. I'll just click on remove blur. Then I select the part that I don't want blur. It's going to automatically remove the blur. You see that? We can leave it this way or click on remove blur. So just go back. It automatically saved. It's automatically saved. You see that? So it's automatically saved. Our blur has been added. If I zoom it in, you get to see that more. Yes. So what I will do is I will duplicate this copy and bring it down here. Control Z. We're supposed to move. Yes, it can always do that when it's processing. Uh, Let me see where I position it. Okay, somewhere here. Then I decide to turn it a bit more. Then let's click on edit. This time around, I want to use different type of blur. Remember where we saw the blur tool under FX effect, click on blur. Then I'll click on remove blur. Then I will select the whole image, then intensify as you want. So I'm going to leave it that way. Then click on edit image. It's going to add to it just as you prescribe. So the rotation might be too much. Let me rotate it this way to give it some kind of motion blur. If you are not cool with the way it is blurred, click on it again, edit image, and click on blur. You can add more intensity to it. Above 50 will be fine. Yeah. So that's that's I noticed that this is choking, so I can just reduce the size to make it far from so that there can be space around it. Then let me twist this a little by rotating it. What I did was to flip this money. I flipped it vertically and I rotated it to make sure that it's facing that direction. And this is just positioned the way it should be positioned. Okay, so with this arranged, I can decide to select all my texts. I can highlight them and move them down if I want to, but I need to deselect this. So we are getting there. We are getting there. So right now I'm going to bring in the logo. So how do I generate that logo? I said investment logo. Control C. Then I will just search for investment logo. Control V. Then I have various options. I'm going to click on this. I think this was the exact one I used. Then I'm going to reduce the size. I'm going to reduce it very small. Then I will change the color to our color here so that it fits well. A quick one, I might just duplicate it and take it up here. So just to make it fit somewhere here. And type Adebayo investment, Adebayo investment. Let me zoom in a little so you can see what we are doing. And I'm going to adjust this. Yes. So remember our spacing, I took it all the way. Sorry, that's not it. I took it all the way down 0.9. So I'm just going to leave this somewhere here. Yep, it's a bit different from this because there's spacing between this. You had, I think, minus 1.04 is this letter spacing. So I just leave this way. And that is that for that. This is just a basic introduction for design. In our subsequent class, we'll be discussing more on how to go a bit complex, how to delve deeper. We have to start from simple to complex. We don't have to start from complex to simple. So if you feel like you have already gone past this level of design, this class, this one, yeah, I understand. Just chill. Let those that are just coming in get to understand the process, the flow. So from there, we start doing the complex aspect of design. So to export this image, just click on share. Then you have the option for download. Once you click on download, you see the option for PNG. You can just go for JPEG, which is best download for all device. You can't upscale if you're not on premium, but if you're on premium, I'll just click on this to upscale it. So if you want to increase the size, maybe times two of this, you can just do that, and it will give you times two of this. It's going to boost the size of what you have instead of that. So I'll just leave it at what I have. You can go to times 2.75. Let me just stay with my one and download it. The moment you download it, you find it on your device. So you can save this and share it with your friend. Let them know that you are making a great improvement on your design. Design this in your own way. Let me see. Give it a name. Give it a concept. Just be creative. Make sure you follow all the principle and elements of design. If you have to look at this design, ask yourself, do we really follow the elements and principles of design? Yes, we did. How? We apply the shapes, we apply the lines, we apply the space, we apply um, the typography, we see the texture around it, you can see the background, you can see everything that add more depth to the design to make it a good design. Where do I know that? Sorry, I've closed the course. Let me just open that in a minute. You still remember our element of design, right? Where we have space, form, and we have the line, shape, color, texture, typography. Everything here that we've done so far has illustrated the elements. You can see the space that we added, the negative space, the positive space, the shapes, the form that it took. We can see our symmetric and asymmetric system of design, the unison, the consistency, the color. You see what we did with it. And if you go back to our principles of design, you see that the seven principles of design is balance, contrast, emphasis, proportion, movement, rhyme, and unity. You see that everything is being added. Yes, there is balance, there is proportion being assigned to each of the texts. There is unity. There is no just disorderliness. There is consistency. You see, there is everything that you need to know. You can see how to move. You see the logo. You see the instant payout, which is the emphasis. You see the contrast within this and this, between this and this. You see it within the environment of the design. You can see that we have unity, we have repetition. You can see when I duplicated this, there is continuously, there is consistency. You see, I'm not using flat design, then using 3D. There's no conflicting design. Everything is consistent. So that is how we apply the principles and elements of design in graphic design. Sorry, I noticed that in my previous design, I didn't get something right. So I just corrected that. I noticed that right here, I used font size 16 and not the other way around, not 12, because I used 12 when we were doing our example, and this is 28. I don't know how I got to mix that up for some reason. So, but I've corrected that. This is 16, so I've adjusted this to fit proportionately. However, you can still leave it this way as well. It's not bad. I think I still prefer it this way. It just depends on what you want and what you love to do. Thank you for your time. If you have any question, please make use of the comment section. If you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe. And if you have question, in case you are not part of the class yet, you can just drop the comments in the comment section. I'll take note of it. I'll add you to the class. Then we'll resolve it and get to find solution to this problem. Thank you. See you in the next one.